Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be discussing even more about The Bad Batch Season 3, as especially we're beginning to approach the finale of not just the season, the third and final season, but the overall show. I mean, this is it. So of course we're going to go ahead, hop right on into it, discuss and break down more exactly what went on in the previous episode, especially towards the end. This is my episode ending explained video for Flash Strike. Before we do though, however, grab the subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. In this video, we are going to be taking a quick read from dorksideoftheforce.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there, as well as an overall garnering source. The Bad Batch's penultimate episode, Flash Strike, the previous episode, episode 14 of Season 3, hits quite hard as the Blood series nears its climatic finale. Everything, all the different puzzle pieces are really beginning to fall into the place. I really think that's exactly what this episode did. That's kind of the anticipation of this episode of Flash Strike. That previous episode is to set things up for the season finale, the show's finale of The Bad Batch, and it's just about done that. So I think that if for anything, and the one thing that I'm a bit worried about, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, of course, is that if for anything, this finale is going to act more as a finale for this season, much rather than the initial overall show. I feel like that this overall show still has a few missing key puzzle pieces that they would need to tie together, or would want to tie together to really satisfy us fans out there. But then again, I think that there's this common misconception, if you will, of that not everything needs an explanation at the end of the day. Like, I think a prime example of this is earlier in Season 3. Who is the assassin clone CX2 that had been hunting down the Batch for the last couple of episodes, all the way up until Pabu, where they had kidnapped Omega, and from there a lot of different theories have gone around. A lot of people had their speculations, their hopes and dreams even, of having that character revealed, like, oh, it's somebody important, oh, I bet it's Tech, oh, it's a clone of Crosshair, oh, it's Commander Cody, oh, it's nobody. They're not revealing him. It doesn't mean necessarily that it's nobody, but they just don't seem to be revealing him, and I just don't see that as a plot point coming full circle and something to be actually revealed in the Season 3 finale, the show's finale. But hey, Lucasfilm, prove me wrong, because I would definitely love to see who CX2 is and have some of those other tie-ins kind of revealed. So not just that, but hold on to your butts, folks, because the penultimate episode of The Bad Batch, titled Flash Strike, has just launched its full-scale thrill attack that has promised an explosive finale is just around the corner. It's almost time for a bit of a bittersweet farewell to our favorite clone crew. With Flash Strike setting the stage, the finale of The Bad Batch Season 3 and the series as a whole is gearing up to be quite the dozy. A bit more of a quick recap in that previous episode. Of course, I have a breakdown / review video here on the channel. You guys can check that there out now. In last week's build-up, our beloved Clone Force 99 snagged the exact coordinates into the notorious Mount Tantus, and if not just that, they arrived there, gearing up for what had smelled like a high-stakes heist. As if that wasn't spicy enough, though, our genius kid sister Omega got busy plotting an escape faster than you can say "May the Force be with you." This week, it's go time. It's happening. Our quite daring gang, Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, and would you believe it, the ever grumpy Rampart, make their grand entrance into Mount Tantus. Only it's less grand and more of a crash landing, but nonetheless, thanks to the ever alert baddie Hemlock, whose face becomes more punchable by the second. He's very much so reminds me of a wannabe Thrawn, if you will. The Empire's lackey didn't waste any time sending a welcoming committee of fighters to ensure our hero's arrival was, well, more or less memorable, and it is. Amidst dodging blaster fire and evading the capture, the quirky dynamics between our ragtag rebels add a dash of humor into the mix. Why is Rampart still hanging around, you ask? Turns out his brand of bumbling villainy is just the right seasoning for our action-packed stew, especially playing off Crosshair's newfound loyalty kind of vibe here, and something by which they're able to tie in from this overall season. Not just that, but the overall show itself. While the boys are wrestling with nature's nastiest in the woods, or in the jungle, forest, Omega channels her inner action hero and pulls a bit of a die-hard move. Sneaking through the vents of Mount Tantus, our little superstar is on a mission to find out if the Empire's latest experiment is the nightmare fuel for Project Necromancer. And it's not good news necessarily. I think it's good news. I think it's going to be pretty awesome to see how that all unfolds, but a Zillo Beast. Just when Echo, disguised as a stormtrooper as well, thinks that he's pulled off a covert op, he bumps into Emery, another clone. And thanks to Omega's tales of heroics, Emery recognizes our disguised friend, and in a plot twist everyone saw coming from a mile away, or at least we're hoping for seeing coming, it's finally happened. And that she's deciding that she's going to turn around and help the rest of the Bad Batch and to get Omega out of there. So really, kind of as I had mentioned from the get-go at the beginning of this video, how exactly has this episode set things up for the finale exactly? With Emery now siding with our heroes and Omega discovering some dark secrets about the Empire's plans with the Zillo Beast, the stage feels more or less quite set for a showdown that could change everything. The stakes are higher than ever. The tension, you could cut it with a lightsaber. Flash Strike feels like more than just a setup for the final episode. It was a promise that we will get a battle of epic proportions, with friendships tested, alliances shifted, and the future of the galaxy at stake overall, and we're all strapped in and ready for a ride of our lives. If for anything, that Zillo Beast, I can assure you, is escaping, and that is going to be a main subject at hand. That's something that's really going to destroy this base of Mount Tantus, helping free the clones and upsparking a clone rebellion. So, but besides that, what exactly is going to happen in the finale of the Bad Batch? Will our heroes save the day, or will the Empire's sinister scheme succeed? When things feel for sure, it's going to be a blast. Possibly quite literally. Of course, I'll have a whole separate video here on the channel discussing in more detail and in more depth of an actual overall preview video of the finale of the Bad Batch. This is more or less just a looking to the future. The ultimate sacrifice is everything by which, from every direction, what could go on and really happen in the Bad Batch finale. One of our beloved Bad Batch members might just make the ultimate sacrifice, but as I've kind of been talking about in and out of our Bad Batch videos here on the channel, I think that if for anything, Rampart's going to be the one to sacrifice himself. As the battle reaches its fever pitch, someone looking at you, Hunter Crosshair, steps up in a big heroic way, ensuring the safety of the team overall, especially for Omega. Tears? Definitely. Heroics? Absolutely. I'm not saying that somebody has to sacrifice themselves, but it just feels plausible. It just feels like that's what might happen. Omega is definitely going to have an ascension. Omega has been quite the secret MVP, if you will, showing guts and cunning beyond her years. What if the finale sees her stepping into a new role, possibly as a leader or a crucial figure in forming a new resistance against the Empire? It's the perfect setup for her character's growth overall, but then again, remember, she's just a kid. Emery, on the other hand, pulling a bit of a switcheroo, isn't just a one-off. It's the seed for a bigger playoff if it feels for anything. Maybe she's the one that helps orchestrate a mass defection or provides critical inside info that leads to a larger uprising within the Empire's ranks. Imagine the chaos and the cheer when the Empire's own start turning their backs onto the dark side. Even the Sith-loving I would love to see such a twist. We also may see Project Necromancer fully unleashed in all of its glory, and really actually explained of exactly what it is. It feels like that is kind of the main subject at hand for what's going on with Palpatine and the cloning force sensitivity, but what if it has more to do with the Zillo Beast? I mean, why else is there a Zillo Beast hanging around? Are they using it for experiments? What experiments are they using it for? We've been hearing about Project Necromancer throughout, and it feels like it's bad news. But if the finale has our heroes not just stopping the project, but turning it against the Empire for anything, cough cough, Zillo Beast, maybe Omega and Tech hack that system, using the Empire's own weapon as the key to their downfall, or maybe much rather Echo instead of Tech. But nonetheless, we do know that the Empire succeeds in making clones for himself thanks to the rise of Skywalker, but when do we see that? Is it now in the Bad Batch, or is it later, a part of the Mandoverse? I think that the Mandoverse provides a big plot armor for everything that's gone on into the Bad Batch, but I wouldn't necessarily cross your fingers on that, because it feels like it's kind of supposed to be plot armor, but doesn't necessarily mean that it is. Anyway, as I had mentioned, I'll have a more in-depth and in more detail preview video for the Bad Batch's finale here on the channel. All the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.